Hits by the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Coast, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura. Here we are, mid-October, in the last couple of weeks of October. Can't believe it's still pretty warm out here in Central California. The nights are cooler, the days are, well, it's been hot this week. But next week it's supposed to cool down. Thank God. Again, I'm a big old polar bear about stuff. I prefer the cold over the hot weather, that is. Anyhow, I hope everybody's doing good today. Again, happy Friday, TGIF. Looking forward to the weekend. Those of you and those of us who have the weekends off. If not, whichever way it is, man. I mean, I hope everybody's doing good. Going on into different things, I'm proud to announce that Two-Face Entertainment continues to move forward with an album that's already done. It just needs to, and I'll hold back from saying who it is and who it's from. But it deals with some other people out of state, and it's been great working with them. I mean, you know, as far as, I want to say working with them, but the communication to understand that we are on the same page, it's awesome, man, when somebody shares the same dream and knows the same, you know, holds the same standards and the same beliefs in what it takes to get something done. So I'm very proud to announce that that's in the works. We're waiting just for the business side of things to clear, and we'll proceed ahead with that. I wish I could put a date on it. Unfortunately, I cannot. The other thing is, Two-Face Entertainment, we, and Ghetto Ball Entertainment, we did a documentary film entitled Street Connect. Street Connect was actually the title of a song on my album Casualties of Life. So that's what we ran with on this, due to the fact that it's a documentary film started here in the Central Coast from local artists telling their story. It's basically one full story told to you by different individuals. You know, not only from the Central Coast, there's, you know, as well as the 209 area. And, I mean, you know, there's so many. I mean, there's just basically a whole underground scene of people telling one story. Okay, that's all I'll say. I plan to release that, which is, I mean, I had a screening for it. It was up on YouTube for a while. But I plan to re-release it maybe in the month of November. You know, here a little bit after Halloween, we might just proceed and let it go on YouTube and see what it does. Give people a chance to enjoy it, you know, and hopefully, you know, you do enjoy it. You know, it's an independent made film by yours truly, Fred Segura, and Two-Face Entertainment and Ghetto Ballin', which always comes through for me. You know what I mean? And we come through for each other as well. You know, be it personal, whichever. You know, it's still a dear friend of mine that, you know, I could give him a call and be like, hey, how you doing? How's everybody? You know, it's that kind of friendship. anyhow, so yeah, an album and a film, a 1 hour film. It's just an hour long. I know some people say, "Oh, I don't know about an hour, bro." Dude, you spend more time on YouTube looking at different stuff than you could spend an hour of your time to watch a documentary film on YouTube. You know, for those of you who are interested, and again, please comment, like, and subscribe. It's easy, man. It's the little thumbs up. Click on it. Hey, that helps me out a lot. Also, too, I want to give a shout out to Cholo Trucker. Check out his channel if you had not seen it. There should be something in the works pretty soon. There, you'll get to see me on camera. Not that it's a major thing that you're not missing out. You're not missing out on a whole lot, guys. Trust me. No, not for anyhow. Yeah, but yeah, I'm on there. I've been on there before. Oh God. There's also somebody else. Jen Magana. From Salinas, who's been on Cholo Trucker as well. Shout out to her. I met her virtually. She's a local podcaster. And yeah, man. So I mean, this thing's really going good, man. I mean, unfortunately, I'm still the one, hiding, being camera shy back here. But eventually, again, I will get into the video thing, and we'll go from there. Now, being that we're in October, I gotta tell you guys another true story that's happened to me. I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's something that kind of just raises an eyebrow. Kind of like, what the? Again, I'm not scared. I don't know. You'll take it how you take it. To each his own. But allow me to explain or intrigue you on how this occurred. This, I want to say it was probably around 2003, maybe? About 2003, I want to say. Maybe 2002, I'm not sure. But it was around that time. And so I'm at home, and it's a Saturday. And my wife and I are home, and we get a knock on the door in the morning. It must have been around 9:30, 9:40, somewhere around that time. And I'm guessing now. I mean, it was around that time. And she opens the door. My wife opens the door, and it's this old man at the door. He's asking for a change, any kind of money that we can help him out. And it's a very old man. He's, he's wearing a hat, and okay, look, it wasn't the Reverend Henry Kane from Poltergeist, all right? It wasn't that. Trust me, I'll just slam the door. But no, this was a Mexican old man. And if I remember correctly, he was wearing sandals, and he was he was dressed in in a khaki suit. He had a mustache, the gray salt and pepper, gray mustache, whatever, mainly gray. And he's wearing a hat I don't know, had like a little tail in the back or whatnot. But it was if I remember, my memory serves me correct, it was a khaki suit, and it was pretty clean. And I believe he had a backpack. And my wife said, well, come in. So she invites him in. Now, I know some of you might feel like, hey, that's the wrong thing to do. Don't do that. But hey, this is what happened, guys, okay? So he comes into the house. And we have him take a seat, and, said, hey, listen, are you hungry? So he said, yes. we asked him a couple of questions. Where are you coming from? Where, how did you end up over here? Because we're way off the freeway. We're off the 101, but way off. Like, this is like, you'd have to really come into the cuts to find, to get to where we're at. Like, you're like way off. You're wandering. You're literally wandering, And he says, I'm on my way to Napa, which is up in, up north. And I'm like, man, you're way off from Napa. Like, he goes, I've been on the road for like, I believe he said 2 weeks. And that he had a son in Napa, and he wanted to go see his son. So, we asked him, offered him food and stuff. He said, yeah. And then my wife said, hey, you know what? Can you go to the store? Just to get extra stuff, And it's always, the typical stuff. Oh, yeah, eggs and milk and bread. The things you think you need the least of is what you need. So anyhow, whatever. I go to the store. I take him with me. He's in the car with me, and he's talking to me about his journey and stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And I'm thinking nothing of it. Like, I'm just listening to this man. Like, get back. He's talking to us. He jokes with us. He tells us a couple of jokes. And we're like, oh, okay, and we're kind of intrigued with him. Like, okay, like, and I'm like, you've been on the road for 2 weeks walking? He's, yeah, I believe he said he came from Mexico, or he was somewhere, I don't know where the heck he was at, but he's been on the road literally walking for 2 weeks. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, so, and I dared ask him this. I said, hey, how'd you find us? Or I said, did you, what doors did you knock on in the neighborhood? Because some of the people in the neighborhood aren't too kind, And he said, you know what? He goes, I walked over to the corner. I looked, down the street, and your house is the one I came to. And I was like, really? Yeah, he goes, this is the first one I came to. And I'm like, okay, okay, and again, I'm thinking nothing of it, man. I'm just like, all right. He gets served a nice plate, a nice breakfast, and he puts it down, and he's talking about going to Napa, and that he wants to see his son, and he's been walking, and yada yada yada. So, and I'm looking at it like, okay, So at the end, not at the end, but after, he hangs around for quite some time. And he says, well, I got to get going, I got a long way to go. How do I get to the freeway? And I said, well, dude, it's quite, if you walk, and I told him how to get to the freeway, however, you walk this way, you walk all the way down, all the way down to the, down the street, and then you make a right and whatever. He says, oh, no, I'll find it, I said, all right. So, my wife packed some lunch, like a big lunch, and some burritos and stuff, and we put it in his backpack. I gave him some multivitamins that we had, I said, hey, you know what? Here's some multivitamins. Here's some water, you know what? I said, you know what? And you know what? And we gave him some money. He was all right. Thank you. He said, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And he says, okay, cool. So, we had the door open, and I close it. And within the moment that I close it, split second, my wife says, why don't you give him a ride? Why are you going to let him walk? And I said, you know what, you're right. I opened the door, and poof, he was gone, man. He got ghost on me. I was like, what the heck? Like, and this is broad daylight. This is in the morning on a Saturday morning, probably around maybe between 10 and 11. And I'm like, what the heck? And mind you, at the time, there was really nothing around surrounding the stuff. So I come out and I go down, I mean, he could not have got away that quick. Literally seconds. I closed the door. Why don't you give him a ride? Oh, you know what? You're right. I opened the door. Poof, he was gone. And I was like, what the heck? So I even jumped in the car and I drove, to look for him. Never saw that man again. True story, guys. I'm like, okay, what the heck happened? He was nowhere to be seen. And when I think about it now in retrospect, he was dressed pretty clean for somebody who's been on the road for 2 weeks. He did not look like he'd been on the road for 2 weeks. Okay, his sandals and stuff were not in, per se, bad shape. He was pretty clean. And now, when I think back at it, with him getting in the car with me, he had no odor. No scent at all of somebody that would have been on the road for 2 weeks walking, you know what I mean? Or anything for that matter, There was no smell whatsoever to him. What I want to know is where did my money go? Anyhow, I'm kidding. But I'm like, I mean, you keep the burritos and the vitamins, bro. Where's the cash? Bad joke, guys. Sorry. Anyhow, it's still, we bring it up still today, and it's like, it's pretty mind-boggling, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, what the heck? Like, and I often think about that. I mean, did I, when I went out for the drive to look for him, did I miss a spot? Did maybe as I was going, he happened to like just kind of coincide with another car as I was walking, with the parked car, and I didn't get to see him, but there was just no way because he was nowhere to be found. Do I find it creepy? No, I do not. Do I find it scary? No. Intriguing? Yeah. I don't know what to really explain to that. Like, it's just, I just thought it'd be a great story to tell around this time of the year. Because that's what happened. And I had no explanation for it. And I wish maybe somebody someday came forward and be like, hey, you know what, this man or whatever, or I saw a picture of him or something, but no, nothing ever again. I mean, to this day, I can still remember him. I can still see him. Like, I could pick him out of a crowd, if I saw him. But I never saw that man again. He walked right out of my house, and within seconds I opened the door and he was gone. He disappeared into thin air. There's just no way somebody's gonna, I mean, come on, man. Even anybody as they're leaving, even to get into the car or even to walk from my front door to the sidewalk, I opened the door a lot faster than that. And I wish I had a real explanation, but I don't. So, yeah, guys, that's what happened. In 2002, 2003, around that time. I can't remember what time of the year it was, but it was a Saturday morning because I was off work. I was at home, and yeah, man, that's what it is. So anyhow, guys, I'm making this a short one. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. I will continue to do podcasts, and we'll keep you posted with the with whatever material we have coming out. I will keep you posted through social media and whatnot about the documentary film Street Connect. What day specifically I'll release it on YouTube or re-release it on YouTube. It's, could it look dated? Yeah, maybe. But like I said on social media, I captured a moment in time that will never be captured again. I captured a moment in time where everybody was on a mode, you know what I mean? In a mode to make it happen. So, anyhow, guys, I hate to cut it short, but yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Again, check out the channel on YouTube, Cholo Trucker. You'll see me on there. I think it's the best Rocky movie, and was it the best Rambo movie and stuff? And we're supposed to do another one, which I'll keep under wraps for now. But yeah, check it out, man. Check out his channel. He's a good dude. Good guy, man. I mean, overall. And yeah, man, again, thank you for tuning in to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.